Hello. Okay, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but how should I do this? Okay, so is there like switch to
It should be a slide view,
yes,
yes.
like this? Okay. Trying to think. Success Saturday with Tatiana. Thank you so much for being here with me. This is my third annual, well, not annual, but this is my third event. My first event was on December 14th. My second event, December 14th, and oh my gosh. Huh?
You're great.
Yes. Hi, how are you, Corinne? Jump in with us. Anyway, this is my third event, and I am delighted to actually share the experience, what resonated with me at the time when I need it, because I was going through the transformation, and obviously big transformation and transformation with a childhood traumas and with being connected with the sport and have rigorous hours and the tremendous impact on my body and all of that just stored in me. And I was after when I finished my career in this professional sport, I was always searching how I can feel better. And of course, it was no tools, and I had to figure out on my own how is that, where do I need to find, where do I have to go? Is it the right side do I have to go to find my miracle magic wand, or the left side I had to go and to get on that magic path or magic carpet? It will just take me there without work. So everything will be just unveil and I'm gonna be perfect. Yeah, so I didn't realize that actually it's gonna have me to work so hard to actually to get to this point. 30 years. I have goosebumps, but it took me 30 years to actually find the holistic way, find the holistic path to actually heal me, heal my soul, heal my heart, heal my voice, heal my mind, heal my body and cells. So I wanted to present you Dr. Trina Sharan, which is she was on my way when Dr. Trina Sharan and Dr. Gigi that we have with us, and they're our guest honorary guest speaker. Why I want Dr. Gigi and Dr. Shrina together, because they were actually helped me and they put me on my feet while I injured my back and actually had a fracture in my spine, in my disc, and I couldn't walk for a month. It took me a year to recover. I'm still recovering, but with the professionalism of Dr. Gigi and Dr. Trina, two different, slightly two different navigation, but Dr. Gigi is acupuncture doctor and Dr. Trina is a hypnotherapist and much more. She works with many celebrities, many Hollywood celebrities, many professional athletes throughout the world, and I would wanted to include myself in that list. And she's a well knowing, um, I would say, soul sister that help us rise when we have hard time. Please welcome Dr. Trina.
Tatiana,
Yes,
I'm sorry, is that to me?
yes.
I was- I just can't see you, but I can see everyone else, so that's wonderful. Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful, and very explanatory explanation. So I'm in Ireland. I do talk quickly, so be really mindful about slowing down. And very briefly about my background is, I suppose, I was always very intuitive as a young girl. I always felt and saw things. I was always told I'm too sensitive and very emotional, looking out for everyone else before I was looking out for me, this kind of thing. And I did know I was what people would call a psychic, but I never knew that I suppose I could channel or connect to other realms. But what it did is it pushed me down a completely different route, believe it or not. So I was fascinated by the universe, the body, the mind, how everything worked. So I went and studied sciences, computer sciences, and I wanted to be a virologist and studied the body. And I ended up changing what I did and did a degree in IT, computer science, and then I worked for the biggest airline in the world as IT manager. The longer I worked in there, the more successful I became. But the more successful I became, the sicker and sicker and sicker my body got. It was like initially hand in hand. I couldn't separate the two out. It was very strange. So I became so sick having my daughter. I went into renal failure. I'm on dialysis, and I'm really lucky. I've had a kidney transplant. But it kind of had what I call an awakening. An awakening is when we stop and question our life, and we stop and question why are we here? What's our purpose? What is my body communicating with me? Am I happy? Am I well? Because sometimes things can be fine, they don't have to be bad, but it doesn't mean they're still for us. And sometimes when things are too comfortable, we're not really pushing ourselves to find passion and joy, which I do believe we're meant to have. And the matrix of the mind is that we have three minds. We have the conscious and an unconscious and a subconscious mind. And part of that mind, well, the unconscious mind controls everything in the body. That's a scientific medical fact. And then the other part of us, the conscious mind, which we need, the left-hand side, is like analytical and thinks and records time and helps us be organized and structured. And we need that too. But then the other part of our mind is the subconscious mind. Have you all heard of the subconscious? Bet you have. Yeah. This is where we hold all of our emotions. This is where we hold our fears, our habits. This is where we hold any and all like fears and phobias. This is where all of our emotions reside as well. So sometimes what people can do, including myself, we can stay more on the left-hand side of the brain. And that's I think, I should, I need to. And we come away from the right-hand side of the brain, which is I feel, I know, I trust. And we really do need to have them in balance at the very least. And when we become unbalanced, the body becomes sick. And this is the idea of metaphysics. Obviously, yes, mentally speaking, is stress. Cancer can be related to stress, mentally speaking. Hearing loss, tinnitus, things like that. Lower back pain is always responsibility, worry, nervous, as well as the top shoulder pain when I'm stressed. Anger, because we hold stress in our hands. So this is how the body can medically communicate with you all the time. But there's a deeper aspect to everything, a much deeper aspect, and this is metaphysical anatomy. And this is where perhaps trauma is also stuck in the body. Perhaps we're holding these memories from childhood. Every time you were ignored, every time you were told you're not good enough, every time you were pushed in a route you didn't want to do, every time you heard mom and dad scream at each other, every time you felt ignored, bullied, abused. This replays in the body as trauma. Everyone has it. Every single human being has some kind of trauma. And it can even be seen in the brain, in the neurons, that present. So if you have a fear of driving, flying, heights, you name it, that's a trauma. Childhood trauma between 0 and 9. If you have low confidence, low self-esteem, that's a childhood trauma. It does actually come from one or more events. If you keep attracting narcissists in relationships, both friendships and romantic relationships, that's a trauma. That is lack of self-love and lack of self-belief. So all and everything that we do that is not making us happy and in flow comes from trauma, comes from a program that we've inherited between 0 and 8, even in the womb. So this is where regression therapists like me, hypnotherapists, someone like who does trauma release, I do all of those under the trauma body regression route. This is where I come in because without getting into the nugget of them, the root of where they're stored, they're always going to be there. And you may think, sure, what's the harm in having them there? But the harm in having them there is they get bigger and bigger and bigger, they get amplified. So let's say somebody, a very overprotective mother, and that mother loved you to bits, no doubt about it, but they were abused in their childhood. So they used to say to you, don't go out with your friends, you'll get hurt, make sure you're back in time, something might happen to you. If you go on that, you might slip and fall and die. Overprotective. So fast forward 10 years, you're now 20, you're now starting college or a job, and you are riddled with anxiety. But what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I get hurt? What if I can't do it? What if? Riddled with self-doubt, fear of dying, fear of getting hurt. If you do not address that, fast forward another 10 years, you could be agoraphobic, an addict, you could be a drug addict, alcoholic, you could be so riddled with pain in the body you can't even get out of bed. So that's just one example of how we leave trauma, how we leave a program. This is how we can unravel. Am I with everyone so far?
Yes.
So the biggest things in the body that people carry are stress, and anxiety, and fear. The three big ones that carries in the body. Fear in the body can look like fight or flight. So fight or flight is where the subconscious mind, the right hand side of the brain, thinks that you're in danger. Oh, if you cross the road, you're going to die. If you go on that trip, you're going to die. So what it does is it increases heart rate really fast and produces adrenaline through the body. This is why hands can feel a bit stiff and neck and shoulders and things like that. So adrenaline comes from the brain, the right hand side of the brain, which comes from a mindset, which comes from fear. It all relates back to between 0 and 9, doesn't matter what we do. But we can get triggered in our adulthood. So if I'm getting on an airplane and it's my birthday on Thursday, so I'm now 49 years old, and I'm getting on an airplane, and I start having a panic attack. Sweats, cold, fear, thoughts of I'm going to die, am I in control, get me out of here. It is not the plane. It is not the flight. It is fear of losing control. So there is a memory or memories and a program in your childhood between 0 and 9 where you lost control. And your subconscious mind, it's not all logical, because that's the conscious mind. Your subconscious mind has formed this adrenaline rush to get you off the plane. So all of this, who we are, how we act, our personality, is all in the subconscious mind. So this is the part that I love to work with. This is the part of the brain that I love to chat to converse to have a conversation with. And this is the part of the brain that controls the body. So I'll try to break up the conversation for a moment. So I'm going to do an exercise in a little while as well. Can each and every one that you're comfortable to do so, give me something in the body that either was wrong or you have now?
A what?
Something that's not too private that you don't mind sharing.
Something that doesn't work with your body. Something that you're uncomfortable with.
My voice. My voice. My voice. My voice.
Your voice. So the throat and the voice can either be a direct trauma. For example, you've been attacked at some point or someone's literally grabbed your throat. Or it's not speaking up. This is more the metaphysical. So after years and years of not speaking up, being afraid to speak up, being being told if you speak up you're going to be pushed, then what happens is the energy and your throat closes. And remember, the body follows the subconscious mind, not the other way around. So the subconscious mind is also closing that throat. So in order to clear that around the voice, we have to go into the mind. We have to get into the subconscious mind, the right-hand side of the brain, in order to clear that. It's the quickest, it's the fastest. But it just shows you thought and a repeated thought program can start manifesting in the body. That's great, yeah? Can I have another example?
So how do you do that?
It could be an organ, it could be the back, it could be anything, skin.
So how do you do that? So if it is her voice, like how do you talk to your mind? Like I know we're like, okay, I'm just gonna do it anyway. But like to put that aside, how do you subconsciously have that conversation? Does that make sense?
So it depends where and where it's coming from. If I take, say, Tatiana, so the fear of speaking up, the fear of bringing all your emotions up and to kind of not, to no longer squash those part of them, then it is about being fearless. It's being fearless. It is about not caring what anyone else thinks. So this is where you can self-hypnotize yourself or reprogram your mind. It's all the same thing. Power of three times a day, is the best and quickest way into an existing program. So we all have neural pathways, that part of the brain that forms the idea we have. So for example, I would be saying to Tatiana, I am, I'm fearless, I'm speaking up, I am proud to speak my voice, something like that. It would be customized to each and every person depending on what the fear was. So if
So,
I used to stage right.
so with the power, so with
I used
so
I am fearless, I'm feisty, I am enjoying three times a day. And
so
eventually after 3 weeks, she's going to change that.
so with the power of my own voice, I am reprogramming what was installed or whatever I was afraid, and that those three words can reinstall or not reinstall but reprogram so I can be okay with my voice. Ah!
Sweep it out of your head.
It's kind of like you're doing it's like exercise and you're doing abs. You want those, no, whatever, how many cubes you want.
Oh, the six-pack thing? Is that?
And you're repeating with your own words to yourself until you feel confident enough that you no longer need that exercise. So it's a mind exercise because you're reprogramming like what you want it to be.
You're removing
cool.
blocking.
You're removing the
Block.
blocking,
Yeah.
right,
Oh,
right,
that's
right.
Blocks.
That makes sense.
You can say the opposite of what you're currently thinking. So if you're going for an interview and you're thinking, I'm not going to get this, I'm underqualified, I'm no good, there's much better, there's younger people, there's better people. You catch those phrases, you note those phrases, write them down, and say the opposite. I am good enough. I am going to get this job. I'm so powerful and wise at this age that I can go in and do that. Say that three times a day. Fast forward 3 or 4 weeks, it is going to be your new program in your mind. There's no logically thinking about it. It's going to be done. So fake it, you make it. Remember that. Faking to making, actually reprogramming your mind. All you're doing is undoing what someone else has already done to you, or what you've done to yourself at some point. So you need to, first of all, try identify where in the body that can be helpful. You're feeling that. We're going to do a little exercise on that now. Try also identify then the words and the phrases you're using. That's so important. That's DBT. And then write them down and simply say the opposite three times a day. You will notice it may not be true, but you won't care, because the more you say it, the truer and truer it becomes. Your subconscious is the real you. It's the real you. And at some point we've allowed our conscious thinking to take over, but really we need to get back into that part of us, the true us. Pull up all those weeds. Sometimes if it's very deep, like abuse or something like that, you may need regression therapy to go back into that memory in your childhood or the womb and reframe it. But really, we all have the power to let go of 95% of all of these self-limiting beliefs. And they really are self-limiting beliefs. And all we're doing by letting them go is empowering ourselves to be the best, truest person that we can be. I'm talking a lot. Is there anything else in the body you would like to share?
I would like to share left foot and left ankle.
So, did you ever have a break or anything medically that you're aware of? No, it was fine.
Absolutely, like
20 years ago, broke left pinky on my foot. A few months ago, hairline fracture, like totally accidents. Like, but I know it's not an accident; it's a pattern.
So the left side is generally everything in the past that's holding you back, and the right side is something in the now that needs to be changed. And the left, the feet or the hands prevents us from moving, stuck. So left foot and a break in the left foot will tell me that at some point during injury, will tell me that you felt like you were stuck and you weren't moving, and you felt possibly as well that it was the wrong direction and you weren't good enough at the time. And then now, unconsciously, it's all unconscious, and now that it's been triggered now, it is reminding you again that something in your past is holding you back, a thought or a person that is stopping you from really going for it. So I know intuitively that there's lots of changes coming up, but they're big changes. They can be quite frightening because I know, like, there's substantial changes in your work, in your career, and it's about you needing to put yourself out there, isn't it? To be shown and to be seen. So this is the childhood fear program of not being accepted, not being wanted. Am I not good enough? That program is gone down to your feet, your legs, and it's holding you back. It's being triggered.
Perfect.
Yes? Yeah, that makes sense?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah. So
Headaches?
left is always past,
Is that
right
comes
is
to
always
the-
present, and the feet generally is about stuck, being like a bit too, we need to move, we're not changing. I mean, we could go deeper into it, and we'll find specific reasons for each person. But we all have tension in the body. It's very rare someone doesn't have some kind of tension in the body. So I'm going to show you a really quick exercise just to see if there's anything being held in your body. Now, well, you may say, what is this to do with hypnosis or hypnotherapy? Because we need to assess what the body is communicating with you first, and then we need to assess what emotion or thought is behind that, and then we change that thought by reframing it, by changing it. That's hypnosis, that's hypnotherapy. We can use 30 different ways of doing it, and this is just one, but it's a nice, easy way I'm showing you. So if you make yourself comfortable, it can be helpful not to cross your arms and your legs. It can be helpful to close your eyes, because with your eyes closed, it just shuts out any distractions from the world around you. So I want you to take a long, deep breath in, and I want you to hold that breath to the mental count of 4, and then slowly and gently to the count of 8. I want you to let that breath all the way go down through your body, down through your feet. And once again, we're going to breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now all the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time, breathing in fully and deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now all the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now just stay present with your body for a moment. I want you to feel how your body is talking to you. What weather pattern is inside of your body? Could be summer, spring, fresh air, could be lazy, could be winter, like a storm, raining. So the very first thought that comes into your mind is the right one. What weather pattern is inside of your body? And we're not changing it. We're just noticing right now. You know, there may be noises, that's fine. They're just reminding you that the world is still turning. Now I want you to scan your body. And we're looking for any areas of your body as relative areas of tightness. You're scanning from the head. Scanning all the area around your head. Even the cheeks, the eyes, the mouth. Any frowns, any tension around the forehead. Just noticing any areas of relative tightness and density. It's moving and flowing into the neck. You're becoming aware of the neck. Perhaps your neck is loose and free or a bit tense. Moving on to the shoulders. How do they feel? Becoming aware of the arms. Do they feel heavy, loose, or perhaps there's some tension in the arms? Whatever way it is for you is just perfect. You're just noticing. Your left hand, your right hand, your fingers. You're also scanning down through your chest. Maybe noticing how your heart is beating continuously and automatically without you even having to be involved. Down through the hips. We're focusing on the lower half of your body. Down through your legs. Your calves, your shins. And your back. All the way from the river. Down through the middle, down to the lower back. In any areas of tightness or tension, you're just becoming aware of that now. And down to your feet. And even your toes. Now I just want you to make a mental note of the areas of your body you might have felt tense, tight. And I want you to put a color on it. Whatever color comes to mind. So you're seeing that area of the body as a color now. And I want you to find the tightest and tensest part of your body. And as I count from 3 down to 1, you'll find an emotion behind that. A feeling. A feeling that matches that intensity, that tension, that tightness. 3, 2, and 1. What emotion is it? How does that area of tightness feel for you? See how you've been carrying that emotion in your body? See how it's been causing you pain? It could be anger, sadness, grief, loss, worry, stress, it doesn't matter. It's just perfect for you. And now you're making a mental note that you no longer need. That you're choosing to be the best version of you. The divine, perfect you. empowered and perfect just as you are, so that you can truly free yourself from that tightness, that tension. And now you're also being aware of your body, but this time you're finding the most relaxed part of your body, the deepest, relaxed, and freest part. Could even be a finger, a hand, a toe, but it doesn't matter. And you're now becoming aware of the most relaxed and free part of your body. And I want you to put a color on that relaxation. Your first color that comes to mind. And I want you to make it as strong as you can. That relaxation, that freedom, make it as strong as you can. And once you've made it as strong as you can, as deep as you can, rich in color, with every breath automatically, you're starting to replace any and all areas of tightness and tension in your body that's there by that color of relaxation. That soothing color feels so free and liberating. You're breathing it in through the breath. That water flows into rock. That color of relaxation and freedom is now going into every cell, every muscle, every atom. As that vibrating with that thought that I am truly free to be me, to be empowered, to be free from the past. And now I want you to mentally see yourself stepping into true you, taking a giant leap, noticing how it feels to be the best version of you, to be successful, to be well, to be happy. I am free. I am powerful. I love myself just as I am. And because I love myself, I can forgive everything in the past. I forgive any mistakes, present or my future. And this is the gift you're giving yourself now. And the gift of freedom and power. Now as I count from 5 to 1, we're going to journey back and back in time to your earliest memory, sometime in your childhood, your earliest memory. 5, 4, as we're going all the way back into that memory. 3, 2, 1, be there now. And whatever way this is for you is just perfect. A sense of curiosity. I want you to see the younger version of yourself. Maybe even aware of what they're wearing and where you're standing. What room you are, and if you're alone or if there's anyone there with you. You're now in your earliest memory. I want you to notice what's happening. Is it happy memory? Is it sad? Perhaps you're playing with your favorite toy, or perhaps you're enjoying the company of family. But now you're reflecting that younger you into who you are today. Seeing how that is integrated to who you is wrong. Tell me, it doesn't matter. See that is formed a part of you, for better or worse. And now I want you to say to yourself, to that child in that minute, you are perfect. You deserve to be happy. I believe in you. I will never leave you. And you even can start to see and feel as her energy merges with you. And the two of you are now blended in this divine, empowered person that grounds your wisdom. Staying for a moment in that positive energy, integrating it into your future, seeing how you put action into it every day, how you're making the easy and right choices to be happy about it. You're just hearing my voice. My voice is guiding you back into your body. This time, this place, so when you open your eyes, a wave of light will flow from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. So in your own time, taking all the time you need, just opening your eyes, coming back into the room, the chair, your body, by that renewed sense of welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. I love the way this just makes you hear the penny drop after it comes back, you know. So this is called altered state. And altered state is hypnosis, and hypnotherapy is whatever input I put into that place. The input there being just let go, be free, be happy, be your best empowered self. If you wanted to be the best golf, best jumper, if you wanted to wake in the morning, if you wanted to quit smoking, that's the therapy aspect we put in. Okay? Tell me, how's everyone feeling?
Good. Wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
I feel
Would anyone
emerald.
like to share color, the body,
Hi,
your
Michelle.
memory?
I feel Trina. I feel emerald, and like my last session with you, actually, like we stay with emerald green, and I think I know where it's coming from and why it's resonating with me with the peace and happiness. It's the Black Sea where I grew up.
Beautiful. Color is actually very, very powerful. Color therapy is so underestimated. It's not funny. Color carries a vibration. So you can have a different color to match a different feeling, and you can use that color when you need that feeling to do something, or going in for an interview, or going to the doctor, or anything at all. Yeah? Hope everyone enjoyed that. Any questions?
You were talking about the parts of the body is not working. It's not necessarily the same, but headaches, what do you do with that?
What part of the head do you get the headaches?
Oh, any part. It depends. It could be a whole head, one side. It could be it could be migraine. It could be tension headache, but they increasing and it's a lot. So I know.
When did you start getting them? What time? Was it the first time you got them?
Oh no. I first time 10 years. When I was 10 or something like that. So and it's just increasingly worse. The thing is that there's.
Generally, there's two reasons for headaches, and the word tension headache is absolutely true, because you're probably carrying an awful lot of stress, unconscious. Anxiety and stress is all of the unconscious, the subconscious part of the mind. So, generally speaking, that's the primary reason. So, it's going to be really helpful for you to do the exercise we did with the body, scanning the body. What's the weather pattern like? So, somebody who's not really aware of a lot of worry, unconscious childhood worries that they're carrying, then the best thing is to put a weather pattern. Am I stormy? Am I calm? What's it like? And then just start realizing the thoughts that's behind the headache. So if your head is talking to you, if the headache, the pain is trying to let you know something, what is it trying to tell you? What does it want you to know? So talk to it. So, because there'll be kidney transplants, sometimes they get pain in the body, and I used to hate it. I used to go, and now I talk to it. Oh, thank you for letting me know. What is it there? And it will always tell me back something like, you overdid it this week, or no boundaries with that client today, or it will tell me. There will be a phrase or a word or a thought behind your headaches. The other thing is, spiritually speaking, a lot of people who don't have a lot of lucid dreams, but they like have a lot of what I call downloads or channeling. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of channeling?
What?
Did you ever do channeling?
No.
So
But
channeling is
I
when
do
you're
have a
accessing
very crazy
information
dreams
from
and
your
a lot
higher
of them.
self, a part of you that knows you, trusts you, and loves you. Sometimes the universe for some information. So things, I don't know how I know this, I just know. Or inspired to do something, to write or to create or to be artistic, whatever. This doesn't come from us, it comes from a higher aspect of us. So a lot of people who get headaches is energetic. It's not really coming from them, it's the energy around them. So it is worth also, one, what are you telling me? What's the pain here for? What is the emotion or the thought behind that pain? There will be one, and it'll be an interesting one. And then the second thing is energy. Imagine cleared dome, like a glass dome that goes over a cake or something, and it's going all the way over your body. So you'll probably pick up emotions and feelings from a lot of people around you. It's called an empath.
Okay, makes sense.
So I would try both of those things, and I would guarantee that will significantly reduce them. I would guarantee it.
Because it's yeah, and I think we'll talk about that. I'll contact you. It's I'm treating it myself, and I'm a physician. I'm taking medications, and that's not an issue. I know there is something else going on with and I'm not an anxious person. There's nothing going on with my life, but it is something beyond that, which is out of my control, and I'm trying to kind of, I guess, fix it.
Absolutely.
Something.
Well, I do a method called QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique by a woman called Dolores Cannon. Have you ever heard of Dolores? She's really famous now. She's 24, 25 published books, and she created this modality using hypnotherapy will allow you to talk directly to that other part of you, the higher self, the subconscious mind, and you ask that part of you what is causing this pain, and it will give you a direct answer. So if someone's not having a session, then you can write it, you can journal, you can find out. But absolutely, there is a reason for it. And I'm big into the metaphysical reason. And then I'm big into letting go of the emotion, the thought, the energy, the imprint, whatever is causing that. And then you can also look at, of course, the well-being aspect, which could be, diet, dehydration, fluid, acupuncture, all of this kind of stuff. But behind everything is the thought and emotion. For sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Anybody else? No? Anybody? No? Okay. Trina, can you share with us? I know that you have mentioned that you are actually traveling to United States. Can you give a little bit of information? Why are you visiting United States, and what kind of gathering that is happening?
So I run summits and I run conferences, consciousness conferences and summits, a little bit like what I do today, but much detailed. And but I also get invited by QHHT, the Ozark Foundation, to attend their retreats. And the last retreat they had was in Sedona with over 400 attendees, so it's amazing. So I attend these kind of things, do a group workshop, consciousness, past life, anything at all. And yeah, and do my thing. So in May, I'll be traveling to North Carolina in Nashville for 5 days to their reunion, and I'll be bringing my daughter. And then I will be, I don't know what I'll be doing there. We just attend and we'll see where we're put and where we're placed. But yeah, being part of this group of making universal changes and consciousness of the planet, consciousness of the earth, consciousness of people needs to change and activate and expand. So this is why I travel all over the world doing these things, and a lot of that's in America. So I'll visit you whenever you want. I'll visit you. I'll come by and maybe if it's not too far, we'll do a workshop or something.
I will definitely, yes, I will definitely, if you can share information with us, when exactly, when, where, and how much, that transformation, basically, it is a transformation, and it's a good one. Please send me.
And we all every single person carries thoughts and emotions in the body, in the mind, everyone. Everyone. We're no different. It's really about being aware of them when we're triggered by them, how they're holding us back, and just reframing them in our mind and just making a choice not to follow that same path. And then if we need a little help, we go get a little help from somebody to go a little bit deeper into it. But we don't always need to. It's really about defying our own limiting belief and changing that. And that's transformation. Absolutely. 100%.
Thank you. Anybody have a question? No? Everybody good? Trina, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and thank you so much for amazing transformation and information. And this is very delightful to have you with us today on the Success Saturday with Tatiana and friends. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, I'll let you go. I'd love to listen to everything today. My son is leaving for the airport, so I'm going to drive him in this cold, wet Irish weather. Lots of love. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
part of it.
Bye bye. Thank you. Oh, hey, girls. Okay, I'm actually going to turn that off. Okay.